Welcome to the Movie Throne. I'm your host, the one and only King Kansas, here to bring you another King Kansas movie recommendation. As you guys probably saw from the thumbnail of this video, you know exactly what movie I'm going to be interviewing. I know a lot of people have been bitching, complaining, King Kansas, why haven't you covered this particular movie? You've done every other superhero movie there is on the face of the earth, but you never gave praise or recommended this film. What movie am I talking about? I'm talking about The Avengers, the first one. The one that started it all, where things got actually better and proceeded in a straight line forward in succession, you know? Yes, The Avengers, I know it's been a while, I've been kind of like skipping it and all this crap, because there's other movies that I thought were more recommendable than this one, even though this is a good film, and I'm going to start off with that. Like always, non-spoiler, spoiler, couple of scenes. I'm not going to ruin the whole movie, because I'm pretty sure you've seen this movie by now. It's been a few years that it came out. When did it come out, guys? I don't even know. 2012. So it's been a good 8 years since this movie came out. It stars Robert Downey Jr., Chris Evans, Mark Ruffalo, Chris Hemsworth, Scarlett Johansson, Jeremy Renner, Tom Hiddleston, and Sam Jackson, and a whole bunch of more other guys too. Trust me, it was great. You had Gregg in there as well, supporting cast role. You had Maria Hill, the character Maria Hill, in there as well. But anyways, it was an amazing movie. It was the first time we actually saw individual superheroes in their own separate movies actually come all together and work as a unit, and work as a unit properly, that had such good flow, such good action, special effects. It was the first time we got Thanos showing up. You could actually see what he looked like a little bit. Got an idea more about Loki, where he was coming from, why he wanted his power. You had the Tesseract that everybody was so wanted to get their hands on. You found out that Nick Fury had it, Loki wanted it, stole it. The way they intertwined all the storylines to work into one was phenomenal. All the actors brought it. It was non-stop action from the beginning right to the end. It was crazy. And you know, there's a couple of close calls, like Iron Man almost thinking he bit it. A lot of comedy. Josh Whedon did a very good job. Like, you have to give him credit where credit's due. I know he didn't do too well with this whole Justice League shit that he did on the side, that he was kind of called into it and said, here, fix this, which I knew was going to be a disaster from day one. But we got the Snyder Cut coming, which is great. Can't wait to see what the hell that looks like, because that's what we wanted. That's the movie we always wanted, that everybody wanted to play safe. But I think now that everybody wants to erase that, they want to watch that kind of edition. But anyways, whatever. Avengers movie was good. All the actors was funny. It was funny how to see how they interacted with each other, especially Hulk and Thor. That dynamic was crazy, and that kind of set up what we got with Thor Ragnarok. It gave you a better idea of what kind of team leader or character Captain America was. I think it brought him more on the forefront. Iron Man, he was still kind of like a douchebag a little bit in his own little way, but he slowly kind of learned to play with other superheroes, and it wasn't all about him. So it was kind of unique to see how he kind of followed in with the rest of them. But the action, the Chitauri, which they couldn't call the Skrulls or whatever the hell they were called, you know, it was good. It was like overall fun. Hawkeye did a good job. Black Widow, you kind of find out a little bit about their history there. It was good from beginning to end. Storyline, you name it, the works, okay? So I highly recommend Avengers if you haven't seen it. Me personally, I'll tell you guys straight up, I didn't even go see this in the theater because it was that rammed. Everybody was talking about it, and I'm the kind of person, like I've told you guys from day one, I don't care what the hell other people said that this movie's amazing, because I heard it before. This movie's amazing, especially with superhero films. This movie's amazing, yada, yada, yada. And I'm like, nah, man, whatever. So I kind of like ignored it, right? Because I heard other films in the past, this is amazing, and it turned out to be duds. But this turned out to be good. I bought the damn thing on Blu-ray, watched it, and I was blown away. I was more blown away that you had all these heroes working together, and it worked. It wasn't some lame, oh, this is Iron Man, this is Thor, and it was just kind of like, showcasing it more than anything. But no, this was an actual story-driven story that moved the whole MCU forward, and I was very happy, and I totally recommend you guys following this. This is a key piece of the puzzle that moved the story of the MCU forward. And when we got cool movies like Captain America, Winter Soldier, and all, that's when everything started to click and really move forward. The other films were so-so. This film solidified the MCU in cinematic history. Okay, spoiler alert. Wow. Amazing fight scenes, Hulk's interaction with Thor. It wasn't a perfect marriage, if you want to call it. Them bickering with each other. And then, of course, that kind of spawned off what will we get in Thor Ragnarok down the road between those two. The relationship between Thor and Loki. Amazing battle scenes. We actually got to see a little bit of Thanos near the end. And a little bit during there. How Loki was working with them. The battle scenes in New York. Holy shit. Like, I never seen anything like that. Hulk punching the crap out of that big monster thing that came down and he knocks it down. Iron Man actually working with the team. Captain America kind of like, butting heads with Iron Man a little bit. Different points of view was great. Nick Fury trying to bring all these heroes together. Phil Coulson biting the big one. Yeah, that's a spoiler. He died, and he used that in order to meld the team together and work together and kind of go after what they had to do, because they were really falling apart and shit. They got their asses kicked here and there, but they came together as a team. They took on the threat, and they did some damage. Iron Man having like nightmares because of this. This kind of spawned the whole Iron Man 2, a little bit 3, that, oh my god, he's coming, the end of the world. He's seen images in his head and shit like that. And then him almost dying scared the shit out of me too. Just the team working overall, like, Cap working with Iron Man, the way they were interacting with each other. I was more amazed with, not with the action and what I was, like the storyline. Well, kind of the storyline, because I was wondering how all these individual characters from all these other movies that we see in the MCU, which some were good, some were bad, some were weak, brought all together, and how it worked so cohesively into an amazing story and to spawn forward. And the way Loki got captured, and like I'm telling you, it was good. The trickery that he was using to get, with Black Widow to let him go. The death of Phil Coulson was a big one. Maria Hill, you got a little bit know more about Nick Fury, where he was coming from. Captain America, his ideology compared to Iron Man's, and what, how they were thinking differently. Iron Man kind of like befriending Bruce Banner. Two scientists at whatever working. Fanboy moments with Phil Coulson, with Captain America having these cards that he wants him to sign and shit, and that's how that kind of Cap remembers that, and that's how kind of flipped the switch to get all the team to work together and to work as a unit. It was good. Black Widow did her good job. Scarlett Johansson, their relationship with Jeremy Renner, with Hawkeye was great. You kind of find out what was going on, and we still didn't find out what the hell happened back in whatever the hell they were talking about. Was it Bangladesh? I don't even know what the hell it was. I can't even remember the stupid city right now, because I'm that blown away. Like, I watched this film again so I could kind of honestly say, you know what? Yeah, I can recommend this. I know people have been bugging me, King, why did you do all the other films before this one? Because I go, honest to God truth, as great as this film is, there's a whole bunch more that were more recommendable before this one was. Not to say this back in 2012, it was for this film. I don't think there would be an MCU right now. Josh Whedon did a fantastic job. I know he shit the bed with Justice League and what he did over there, which is a different story. But for what he did good. And then he gave us Ultron, which to me was still a good film. It wasn't the greatest. It wasn't as good as this one. But I think people had high expectations from him. But I think he delivered. He delivered in both. Nothing like what the Russos did with with their two films, but much different storyline. This was to get everybody together and make it work, have fun, and be enjoyable on the screen. I think it did. He knocked it out of the park, and I think this little movie did its work with everybody else in the MCU. It brought all the characters together. They found out that, hey, holy shit, this does work, and that led other companies to try, like, DC with their Justice League, which fell on their face, but we don't know yet. Snyder Cut, we'll see if it really still would have fell on its face. But No, they did an overall good job. I enjoyed it. I think you guys would enjoy it too. It's a good movie. If you guys haven't watched all the other movies before this, I think you could start from here and move forward. It'll kind of give you a gist of what the MCU is trying to do and how they're moving the whole entire storyline forward to what we got with the Infinity War saga, its conclusion with Infinity War and Endgame. You'll understand why these characters were so important to the MCU, while they're still important, and if we're going to get them back at some point. So there you go, guys. There is my Avengers movie, short and sweet. All the actors brought it. Storyline was great. Cinematic history by having all the histories on one screen. Storyline worked. Action was amazing. All the actors did their jobs, and I think overall you guys will enjoy it, and I highly recommend it. So there you go, guys. That is my official movie recommendation for this week. King's gonna take a little break. Don't worry, we'll be back with these suckers. Give me a week. Gotta retool everything. I'm trying to fix the rest of the movie throne so you guys can enjoy the rest of our content moving forward. Don't want to neglect it. I know I've been working on other projects here and there, but there's other cool stuff coming your way as well right here on the channel. Check out the other content. Check out my other recommendations. There's another 44 other recommendations that I've done so far, and more to come. Don't you worry. Movie vaults, free videos, you name it, the works. Like, share, and subscribe to the Movie Throne. I am King Kansas. Stay off the King's Throne, and I will see you very soon for another King Kansas movie recommendations right here on the Movie Throne. Take it easy.